Hey guys. Guys. I'm Derek Paul, and this is Caleb Stringini. Sorry.
Whoops.
I didn't mean to dox you there.
I didn't feel like running up into our barn, because everyone has a barn, and grabbing my boom mic stand. So we're going to go
We're going
handheld.
in handheld how the cavemen did
This
it.
goes to show how serious I am.
You're super serious.
I will hold your sound. I will clasp your sound.
Yeah, we were supposed to have Edward Snowden here, but he couldn't make it. So we're flying solo tonight, guys. Do we look too laid back?
We're just chilling out
People are
here.
gonna, a bunch of friggin' red-pilled conservatives are gonna comment on this. Like, you guys are pretty chilled out considering America's dying.
I mean,
it is what it is, fellas.
it is what it is. We're relaxed.
We're chilled out. We don't worry about it. We be smoking our cigars up in here, but they clog up the air. You can't see our pretty faces, so we put them away.
I don't even know what you said. This is by Salon, okay?
Salon, guys.
How Avatar: The Last Airbender helps us contextualize the choice between Biden and Trump. Will the victor be the aging leader who can preserve only part of the earth, or the one who is eager to burn it?
Wait, what?
This compares Trump to Firelord.
I got that part.
And Biden as the old Earth Kingdom ruler, the kind of crazy.
Oh, Boomy?
Yeah, Boomy. Biden is Boomy.
What?
And Trump is Firelord.
So let me get this straight. They didn't watch Avatar. They just saw that there was an old king and a Fire Lord. Maybe they just hoped that whoever read this was going to be like a bunch of middle-aged women who wouldn't recognize the series.
The first half of this just compares the animated series to the live-action series. Well, the animation's better, but the live-action's all right. Yeah, okay, whatever. No one cares.
Nobody cares about your fake opinion.
Here, they say the original Avatar: The Last Airbender, the animated series.
That's the animated one on Nickelodeon. You can watch it after SpongeBob. Or you get the DVDs. That's what we had growing up. We had the DVDs. I don't know, you younger generation, I know you got your Netflix and your Blu-rays, but we had DVDs, VHS. You know, we're a little bit older.
Premiered early in the Iraq War and George W. Bush's second term in the White House. Bush, however, lacked the cunning and overt egomania Firelord Ozai demonstrated.
What?
Recreated by Daniel...
What? Bush just simply lacked the Fire Lord energy, that Fire Lord riz. You know what I'm saying, guys? Bush was nuts. Okay, I get it. 9/11, that's pretty Fire Lord-like energy.
But Bush was a touch closer in loopy behavior to Boomy, ruler of the Earth Kingdom, city of Omashu. But even that would be considered a compliment. Boomy is wise and clever. Bush, not so much. Boomy was Aang's contemporary, which
I think you mean Aang?
All of his 100-something years, whereas Aang hasn't aged a day.
Wait, Bush is 100 years old?
No, I don't even know what they're talking about. They just kind of left the Bush thing and just started talking about Aang compared that Aang looks young and Boomy looks old.
What is it? Did they not watch the show?
I don't know.
But Aang's supposed to, if you look at the wiki, the Avatar wiki, it clearly states that Aang is 100 years old, yet he looks like a child despite his bald head.
Netflix showrunner Albert Kim's take on the character played by someone is darker.
It's Utkarsh Ambudkar. Utkarsh Ambudkar, the Orc Lord.
His Boomy introduced in the 4th episode isn't the mad genius rooting for Aang, whom we met 20 years ago. The world is on fire, people are dying, and you got to sleep through it all, Boomy tells Aang. A few scenes later, when Aang demands to be released so he can save the Northern Water Tribe, Boomy becomes wrathful. So Boomy is like mad at Aang in the live action one.
Okay.
Interesting. As was the case with the first Avatar: The Last Airbender, there are a few clean and precise political parallels between the live action Omashu King and, say, Joe Biden.
Let's just say, for example, a certain president currently mostly living, Joe Biden.
Save for the common perception of both being doddering old men. Avatar...
Wait, what?
Just calling Joe Biden a doddering old man.
Oh, yeah,
but then they go on to say, likewise, the only qualities Donald Trump shares with the Fire Lord Ozai are a thirst for power and a lack of respect for life.
Where do they get the lack of respect for life?
For lack of respect for life, the environment, and the sanctity of the parent-child bond.
What the hell is that? Where does Joe Biden? Where does Joe Biden have that? The parent-child bond. Trump's never shared his cocaine with his kids.
He also never shared a shower with his
Never
kids.
shared it. Trump never took a shower with his kids. Where's the child-family bond there?
Yeah, maybe that's what the problem is. They're like angry Trump didn't like shower with his children.
Trump.
He lacks the bond.
Trump. That's funny because they freak out over that picture of Trump's daughter sitting on his lap or whatever. But then it's like, well, Joe Biden, showering with your family is normal. Not showering with your family. Sorry, that we're not talking Totoro here. We're talking some freaky stuff, guys. We're talking some freaking demonic slimy. Joe Biden, just imagine him just naked with you in the shower with his freaking ooze on you. Oh, the sticky ooze. Just like coming out of all his big pore holes opening up out of his face and his disgusting
It's like, what do you think his like
he looks
weird
like a
liver
friggin-
spots are filled with?
Dude, his liver spots, they open up, they go they open and close and the slime comes out and you go, what the heck is this overcooked rice? It's slimy. But it's also chunky.
There's just one more
It's
part.
not slime, guys. It's fat. I get it. He secretes fat out of the holes in his head. Jeez, you don't have to. Don't at me, bro.
No need to correct us.
Don't need to
We
correct
know-
us. I know
we
what I'm talking.
know
I know it's freaking melted fat from the warmth of his overheated brain. I get it.
Ozai may be repugnant, but he has a clear plan to secure his nation's supremacy. The GOP's leading candidate doesn't.
So they're like, Donald Trump's worse than the Fire Lord, actually. That's all they're really saying there. They're saying he's got everything the Fire Lord's got, except at least the Fire Lord was a good leader.
The Avatar nations aren't democracies, but if you place Bhumi and Ozai side by side, it illuminates the choice American voters face this November.
No, it doesn't. It just doesn't. You're full of crap.
Between Biden and
I
Trump.
can't believe some actual person, like a real human. I mean,
skipped a lot
I'll
of
say
this.
This might have been AI generated, but I can't believe an actual human sat down, probably spent days writing this beautifully insightful garbage, and got paid for it.
Between Biden and Trump, we're being asked yet again to select the proverbial lesser of two evils.
What?
One is a leader holding together a kingdom that is crumbling on multiple fronts.
He's not holding together. He's the crumble.
We're being asked to reelect him even through
It's basically a bunch of random people holding it together while he's just breaking stuff. And everybody's like, please stop breaking things. We're barely keeping it together.
Here's the weird part where they said, we're being asked to reelect him even though his administration has provided weapons and material support to an ally that has bombed civilian centers and reportedly killed nearly 30,000 people, most of them women and children, under the guise of hunting terrorists.
But hey, at least unlike Trump, he has a respect for human life.
But then again, his opponent is purportedly plotting to wield the power of his office against critics and opponents and carry out militarized mass deportations. I like how that's supposed to be worse.
That's just basically they're just
better. Even if you like analyze it purely based on what this person has stated,
the summary, which is
Trump is objectively better in that comparison.
This is the summary:
30,000 deaths, or being mean to critics and carrying out mass deportations.
But hey, it makes sense. I don't think they expect anybody to read it this far. I mean, we skipped most of it.
As such, the debate surrounding the ages of Biden and Trump, though somewhat valid and impossible to downplay, is a ruse meant to distract us from the larger moral questions at stake. Eventually, our choice candidate will come down to judging the proportional harm each does or might do versus the evil already done.
My question is, how much of that evil that was already done was Trump's fault versus Biden's? Because they're making it seem like Trump broke everything and Biden's barely holding it together, which is just not the case, and it doesn't have anything to do with Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Wait, in our tale of two leaders, will we choose the one who can preserve only part of the earth, or the one who eager to burn the whole place down?
What are they talking?
Where
are they even getting this from? Like, remember when Trump said he wants to destroy everything?
Well, that's what he meant when he said, "I want everyone to stop dying."
Yeah, when he said, "I want people to stop dying," clearly that was a dog whistle for people to start lighting up torches and burning down the friggin' earth. Dude, when Trump said, "I want people to stop dying," he meant ignite what's left of the rainforest.
Well, that's that.
I want people to stop dying. He wants us to nuke the coral reef, guys. What the hell? I want people to stop dying. Joe Biden looks so friggin' demonic recently, dude. I was watching an old clip of him, and I'm like,
Even just from a few years ago.
he's not even, his personality's not even the same. Other than him getting angry.
Yeah.
But when he talks, he does this weird, like, creepy, I'm everybody's favorite grandpa. I like sucking ice cream. This just definitely wasn't him before.
No.
Not at all. Do you want the kind of creepy Joe Biden of yesteryear? The one that was sort of stoically perverted? Or do you want the one who's friggin' drooling with ice cream, slopping out of his mouth, twitching and going, where's my daughter?
Weird,
I gotta
like,
take a bath.
The weirdest ones is when he's like wandering around with his mouth hanging open and he's like hunched forward and he's just like slowly zombie walks forward.
His eyeballs start rolling out of his head because his skull's so loose.
Well, I don't see that because like his eyes are like
They're so
you
black
just
and
see
gone.
black slits.
Do you think if you poke your finger through Biden's eye, it just goes through like a portal? Like there's nothing there. It's just space.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Listen, this isn't a hit on Biden, okay, guys?
No.
It's a compliment. We get it. He's boomy. Trump's the awesome fire lord. He's the old
We
guy.
never
who they changed.
insult anyone.
We don't insult anyone except for friggin' idiots like Joe Biden.
Well, even that, we're not even really insulting
He's not
him.
an idiot.
Here's the thing.
Right.
It's only mean if he wasn't an idiot.
You know, guys, he's not an idiot.
If he wasn't an idiot and we're calling him an idiot, that'd be kind of mean.
Here's the thing,
But
guys.
since he is one and we're calling him one, that's just how it is.
If I were to call Albert Einstein a retard, and I know that's a hot word, right? You touch that word and it burns. You know, it's a hurtful word because a lot of us have been retarded once or twice in our lives, and we don't like looking back on that time. So I understand it's hurtful. But when I call Joe Biden a retard, I mean it. It's not hurtful. It's who he is. I am a white man, you know. I don't mind saying that. I'm not offended by it. You can call me a white man. I can handle it. Because I am. Just like I think that Joe Biden can handle being called a retard. Because he is. I think we all are who we are. And I think that's just friggin' beautiful.